yeah, happy to be here again. That means that we will play another semi-final of a really important competition for us. And yeah, it's something already to celebrate that we are in the final stages of this competition and getting ready after yesterday, trying to get ready again to another important game, and as usually knowing that it's going to be a tight one, a tough one, against a good opponent, against a team that is getting much better now in the last part of the competition. So an exciting one again, and yeah, getting ready to go.
Coach, let's take questions from the floor. Just by a show of hands, please make sure that if you are inside this room, your phone is at least on silent mode, if not on airplane mode. So please just make sure that we don't have any disturbances. I see we've got a hand there. If we can get the microphone to him in the middle. As always, the first 15 minutes is live, and then we'll move on to the embargoed section afterwards.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Coach. Bongani Team Kulia from Teta FM. Coach, the last time you played against Marumo Gallants, you were suspended and you lost 2-0 against them. What lessons did you take under their new coach, watching from the stands?
It's not about getting lessons because I'm in the stands. It's we have, like you said, a recent opportunity to play against Marumo. That didn't go well for us at that time in Bloem, and from there we have the opportunity to continue analyzing them, visualizing them, and trying to understand better what are they looking for, what kind of football team they want to be. When we played there, I think it was after, I don't know, a few days with the new coach on charge. It was a little bit of uncertainty about what kind of team, what kind of game are we going to play there. So the possibility to learn, to know, and to understand our opponents is something that is presented to us every week, not only in the games that we are playing against them. So we know them very well as I'm sure that they know us as good as we know them. So nowadays in football, there's no secrets about what the teams are capable to do. It's about the way you want to approach the game on the day, and we need to be ready for, as usually, for many different scenarios.
Thank you, Coach. Let's move on. I'm not sure where the mic is. You can get it down here to Maskepe.
Maskepe, Power FM. Coach, how do you view this? I think maybe the last 2, if not 3 months, where Orlando Pirates have just been playing games of consequence. I mean, the league with Sundowns, where what they're doing, and you're always chasing, you can't afford to sleep. And then now you've had big games against MC Alger. You've got one now, a semi-final, and then you've got another semi-final. I mean, from a personal perspective, as well as maybe for the club, because you can't afford to sleep in all of them. How do you approach these games of consequence, and is this how you would prefer your to be coaching this way, because you always have to get things right?
You asking me personally or the team?
No, I'm saying from a personal perspective.
Personal,
yes,
me.
Yes.
Well, obviously, we don't operate, we don't work the way that we would like to do as a coaches, as a coaching staff anymore, due to the schedules. I'm sitting here after a terrible game yesterday in terms of energy, emotions, you can imagine, and just a few hours later we're sitting here again talking about the next one. So there's no time for training or good preparations anymore. It's about just make sure that the players are ready to go again, and us also, we need a certain time to recover from the games emotionally, cognitive, in order to again sit down, analyze, decide the way we want to face this new challenge. We try to take care of ourselves as good as we can, even though we as the coaches, we are not running 12 kilometers there on the field every game. How can I say, not waste, but you can imagine that the levels of energy are not high every day, so it's our responsibility to find a way. If we are tired, we have to do it tired. There's no excuses, and like I said already many times, the fact that we're playing a lot of games is a good news for us. It's a very good news. It's a consequence of being competitive and being, that word that you like a lot, consistent, that you're not repeating anymore recently. And we have to deal with it. Is the consequence of being in a competitive team, in a competitive club, and I would never complain about that, because there's nothing you can do. Football is going in this direction, it's not going to change, and it's us, the ones who need to adapt ourselves to the circumstances and try to continue or try to be competitive no matter what.
All right, Karabo.
Good afternoon, Coach. Just a quick one from my side. What's the ways of recovery for Orlando Pirates off the pitch? What's the ways of recovery? Because as you said, there's a lot of training, there's a lot of matches. What's the best way of recovery that Orlando Pirates is doing this?
There's no secrets, there's science behind every process in professional football nowadays. If people is a little bit curious, you can have a look of what the top teams are doing around the world, and we try to do something similar like everybody else. All the resources are there for you, and like I said 2,000 times this season, we're going to a new space as a football players. First of all, they are the ones who are running every 2-3 days, something that didn't happen before. And our obligation as a coaching staff, that's why we are there behind them, is to make sure that they can be competitive. Now, instead of being competitive every 6-7 days, now it's every 2-3 days. So we're trying to explore what is the better, but obviously regenerative sessions, nutrition, the work that we're doing in our strength and conditioning department as well, it becomes relevant for them to be ready to go again. So there's a lot of things that are working very well so far, probably things that we don't even know right now that are going to work maybe in 2-3 months, and we try to be always with one eye in the new things and things that can help with the players the most. But yeah, that's where we are right now. Science.
Fellow Coach Kamkhala from VFM. Coach, you've already played Marumo twice already. I mean, the first time you gave them a hiding. Of course, you went away, you got that defeat. Now, when you look at the two games, what would you say that you need to guard against when you face Marumo, more so now, it being a cup competition?
Nothing. It's a new story on Sunday. It's a knockout game. It's a game of consequences. It's only 2 possible results. The other games that we play are games with 3 possible results. So it affects the way that one team or the other will approach the game. This is a different story. It's the possibility to go to a final. So yeah, it requires a different way to look at the game from both teams, and we have a decent experience already in this type of competitions together, and again we're gonna try to recover as good as possible in a short space of time, to prepare the game as good as we can, and do our best in order to be in another final, whatever it takes.
Amen.
Coach Delmania from Soccer Laduma. Mine is not perhaps about this game, but about games in general. The dressing room has become more open from a media perspective. You know, back in the day it was a sacred space. I think the Fergie and David Beckham incident doesn't happen if it happens on camera now. But now it's a bit more open and we have so much access to it. How do you as a coach feel about that? The fact that everything you do is almost transparent. It's there for the media to see and to consume, and also for the masses.
There's two things. One is that you say that almost everything is open. It's not true. What you're getting is a small percentage of what's happening in a locker room, in a game day or in a training day. Obviously, we're not gonna open everything for you to know what we do, but at the same time, we part of an spectacle. Football is a show, it's entertainment, and I think there's a component of interesting things also in that part of the game, and we have to go with the times. We are in 2025. If the clubs, how can I say, the industry thinks that there's interesting things for the public, in the end we are performing for them. And like in other disciplines, I think, like, I don't know, it's not the same, but I think Formula One, NBA, it's been like that since long time ago, and I think there's going to be a time that for football is going to be even more open, and we have to accept that. What we're doing in the locker room is nothing that we have to feel, I don't know how to say this in English, sorry, but like we're not doing anything wrong there. We're just trying to prepare the team. Sometimes we are emotional, sometimes we are angry, because we're human beings, and what you are looking there is probably the truth of what's happening there inside. And I think it's interesting as a spectator to understand some of the dynamics among ourselves, always trying to protect as well the privacy of the coaching staff, the players as well, of course. But so far, I feel in our case, our production team is doing a good job to offer a good product, at the same time that they are also making sure that our secrets still, secrets.
Coach Lunabo.
Good afternoon, Coach. How valuable has the experience been for the team playing in the continent? Of course, the league here at home is very competitive, but playing away games in Algiers, for example, must bring a different dimension to the team. And when you just monitor over the months from the beginning of the competition up to now, where you're semi-finalists, and the impacts that it will therefore have when you come back and you play in the semi-final of the Nedbank Cup.
Positive, no doubt. We took this Continental competition like a proper test for us to see and to understand ourselves, where we are as a group. I think we managed to go through, I think we played 14 games already in that competition, solid, conceding I think only 4 goals. It says quite a lot about how competitive we were in that maximum level, in that difficult test, and we're trying to use that confidence for the rest of the competitions as well, to understand that, well, if we're capable to be that good in that space, we can be at the same level, obviously, when we are playing here at home. And so far in the Nedbank, it was the same type of approach. We're trying to play each and every game like these type of games are, which is a final. And in terms of confidence, I think every competition this season is helping us to get better, even when the things are not going well, like it happens in one of the competitions this season that we get out in the first game. Also, that game helped us to understand that this is it in the knockout games. You know, if you are not good enough on the day, the competition is over for you. So it's a learning process, permanent, and even going back to your college question about the recovery, there's nothing like win in our business, and winning is also really helpful to get fresh as soon as possible, and we're trying to get the energy from every result.
Okay, we'll move on to the embargoed section if we do have any questions. Yes, no, I'm gonna give you a chance. You'll be the last one. So Sunday papers, I'll give you 5 minutes. So that one will be embargoed for Sunday. The next one is embargoed till 8 p.m. tonight. So any question that falls in that category, you can raise your hand. Going once, twice. I'm looking for a new hand. Okay, can you survey? I've noted you must get.
Coach, good afternoon. It's Kyle Sochok from News 24 Sport. Just talk us through how you are balancing a league chase, Nedbank Cup chase, and the CAF Champions League. It's effectively the treble in what is being termed the last dance. Just talk us through how you're managing that from a squad perspective, how you're managing that from an emotional and psychological perspective.
I don't think so much about which competition are we playing for, because the outcome must be the same all the time. We approach the games. We're not like somebody said before. When we are in the league, we are not playing in a competition in a league where you can say if you want to be the champion. If you are fine in other positions, then it's fine. But if you're really trying to fight for the top position, we are not competing in a league where you can say, no, 1 point here is fine, or we know that we cannot afford to lose any game if we want to really compete with the current champion. In the knockout games, it's the same story. You win or you go home. So that's for me the most important. We're trying to approach each and every game with the intention to win. Even yesterday, although we have a little bit of advantage coming from the second game, our intention was to win the match. We don't change our mentality, and whatever is coming, we try to face the game with the same intention, and that's the way, I don't know how to say, the way we handle it. We don't have any other option, right? We cannot just stop. We have to go again and again, and the moment that you shine in a club like Pirates and you decide early in the season that you want to fight for every competition, then you have to be consequent with that, and just, we don't complain. You didn't sleep last night?
All right, in the interest of time, I'm going to go straight to the Sunday section. So if we can get him the microphone. Hello. If we can get the microphone to Sazi. So this one is embargoed for Sunday morning. So please, whatever comes out of this must not be published anywhere else. We revoke accreditation, and it will be his duty to monitor. So if he reports and we find you, we take away the accreditation. Thank you.
Morning, afternoon, Coach Sazi from Sunday Times. Coach, when you arrived, I'm not sure whether you ever imagined you would be departing with this possible 3 cups that you could possibly win before you would actually leave. Did you ever imagine that when you set your foot here?
No, not imagine. We working for it since day one. That's why we have already some caps and some good memories and good games behind us, because we're working for it. We're not just imagining or wishing. So we're trying to make it possible due to insist and working hard each and every day with this group since we start working here together, and we have faith, we have hope that we can little by little be the team that we wanted to be since day one. It's a long process, it's not happening from one day to the other, but like I said many times already, we managed to be competitive here since day one, getting our first trophy I think after 3-4 months in the team together, and we're still there trying every season. Now we have the opportunity to compete in one more competition than before, in the Continental one, and there we go and we're trying. And obviously when we think about ourselves, we always think in the best possible scenario. We don't come here and we say, okay, let's see if we can save the team and go into second division. We want to really be at the top because we can do it. We have the resources, we have the support, we have the everything to make it possible, and like any other team, or not any other team, but many other teams in the competition. So yeah, that's enough.
All right, thank you. City Press, you're fine. All right, thank you very much, Coach. We're going to end it here with our all the best for Sunday.
Thank you.